Hey there, you are tuned into another episode of The Good Dad, and today we are going to be talking about drag queen story time. Hell, oh man. So apparently, this is old news, all right? You all heard about this maybe a few months ago. In Texas, there was this new um, idea program they came up with called Drag Queen Storytime, in which they would invite a drag queen to read to children, I want to say under the age of 12 or 13. And those are mainly kids that are 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. And pretty much the idea was to bring solidarity for people, who are drag queens. They're trying, I guess, to bring tolerance so that when a kid sees somebody, a man dressed up like a woman with a beard, they could go, "Oh, okay, that's normal. Hey, how you doing?" Um, well, what made headlines was when it came to light that one of the volunteers for Drag Queen Storytime was a registered sex offender, and how that slipped through the cracks amazes me. You have these First of all, you have a man who's dressed up like a woman, and it's just not dressed up like a woman. It's like an exaggeration. It's like exaggeratedly dressed up. You got wild makeup all over the place. Voluptuous clothes. Pretty much stuff that you really don't want to expose a child to so early. Now, if this is your lifestyle, I don't hate on anybody who's drag or anything like that. I don't judge anybody. If that's your lifestyle, you feel that way, that's what your fetish is. That's, okay. Do what you do. But I think that is an issue as a parent. I don't think that's something I would want to expose my young children to. A great point that's made was by a guy named Jericho Green. I listen to him every single day. He's a YouTuber, so shout out to Jericho Green. Check him out, Jericho Green. Check out his channel. Guy is very insightful. Matter of fact, he should be the one doing this Good Dad channel stuff. So Jericho, if you want to pick up the baton, you want to make a Good Dad channel, I'll be one of your first subscribers. But shout out to you for mentoring me and giving me the idea to start this. But he said that kids really should only be worried about educational stuff. Math, science. They don't need to know about sexuality so early, especially if you're only 4 or 5 years old. A kid that early has no business, knowing about, what people do in their sexual life is irrelevant, you know? And this agenda that they're pushing now is something that parents should be aware of. Like I said, I don't have anything against anybody who lives that lifestyle, but I have a problem with you wanting to expose my child to that. And as a parent, I don't think that's healthy to have any child exposed to that type of lifestyle, so early. Like Jericho Green says, they're going to have more than enough time in life to experience that. And further, um, I want to kind of keep my kids shielded from as much awkwardness as long as possible. They got their whole life to experience weirdoism and weird people. And, I'm going to call it weird because there is a problem if you got a beard like mine's, but you're dressed up in a miniskirt. With makeup. I mean, I'm not laughing at anybody. I'm not hating on anybody, but it's not normal, and it seems like the agenda is to normalize this type of behavior, this type of lifestyle. And not that I want to get off topic, but the whole transgender thing. As a father, I have a problem with a full-grown man in a bathroom with my 3-year-old daughter. just because he feels like a woman today. And of course, a lot of people are going to take advantage of it. But the main thing is, we come to find out that, and I'm not saying all, drag queens are sex offenders, but some of them use that as a Trojan horse to get close, this drag queen story time to get close to kids. A lot of these people are sick. And, I'm surprised that this library didn't vet these people. You're bringing around kids, for goodness sake. Yeah, parents were there, and I understand parents were there, but still is the principle of it. It's why you have to fill out a background check when you go look for a job, or some of us that go looking for jobs. Some people don't. Some people don't want to work, but yeah, because nobody wants to be around a registered sex offender. Nobody wants to be around, criminality like that. Nobody wants to be around that type of person who's taking advantage of children or a rapist or anybody else like that. Nobody wants to be around that. So as I say, dads out there, this is the reason why you need dads around to kind of bring some judgment. Use some good judgment on this, because you're supposed to be protecting your children. You are to be the protector of your home. And your kids are depending on you to protect them from pedophiles and perverts and all these other people out there that want to do your kids harm. So for me, drag queen story time is definitely not an option, and I don't foresee it being. I can't have solidarity for people like that, but I don't think I want them around my kids. I don't want to bring them around my kids. It's confusing enough for children as it is already. They don't need to be confused further because this man with a beard is wearing makeup and lipstick and dressing in high heels and a dress. They don't need that right now. They need to be focused on cartoons, fun, sports, video games, and reading and comprehension and math and science. They don't need to know why Bill is marrying Ted, or why Jimmy and John are getting together, or why Rachel and Sarah are having a sexual relationship. That's irrelevant. Nor do they need to know about, they have this thing to where they want to do where the LGBT contribution to history. Why? What does that have to do with education? Why do I need to know what somebody who you have in your bedroom? Why is that a need to know? So we're coming up on very, very strange times as parents, and this is the more reason why I vote for homeschool. My wife stays home with the kids, and she educates them and teaches them, and their reading and comprehension is coming along very fine and fast, and you just got to protect your kids. These days, if you're not around your kids, anything can happen to them. Because when you're not with them, you're not with them. And when you're not with them, other people have agendas that they're trying to push on your kids. And a lot of the times, it's really not positive. So, good dads out there, sound off. Tell me what you think about drag queen story time. Am I wrong? Is there something that I'm not seeing, or is there something that I'm missing about the whole thing? Enlighten me, because I need enlightenment as a dad and as a father of a son and a daughter. This is not something I would want to expose my son to, who I want to be a man, and my daughter who I want to be, a woman. So hit me up in the comments. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to ring the bell to get notifications. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You don't even have to like it. But tell me what you think. If you want to shoot me an email, shoot me an email at thegooddadtv@gmail.com. And let me know. And if you're a good dad, good. If you're not, shame on you. It's time to get to work. Better late than never. Because a society without dads is a recipe for failure. That quote's gonna change a billion times. So there's always gonna be something. But Good Dad Squad, sound off. Let's hear what you got to say, and I'll see you in the next episode. The next episode is going to be dealing with child neglect and why two women thought it was a good idea to go to the club and leave a 6-year-old and a toddler home by themselves. And we'll be tackling that in the next episode. So see you then.